Hello girls! Today is going to be a more informal video. We are going to create some autumn designs and play around with autumn colors together. It's autumn outside and I've accumulated some wonderful autumn shades that have been waiting for their moment. My name is Anna, so let's get started. This autumn, minimalist designs will be in trend, such as textures, prints, strokes, and some abstractions. So our first design is a texture. The main color I'm using is a cool but gentle shade, like warm cocoa. On the palette, I'm adding 3 more primary colors and, of course, some whites and gold to diversify the pattern. We mix all of this with an orange stick, and I apply top coat to the tip without drying it so the texture will spread beautifully. We pick up the texture with a brush of your choice and smoothly transfer it to the nail or tip. Textures like these need a bit longer to dry because the layer is thicker than a single color coating. In my case, it took 2 minutes for them to dry. I chose these colors specifically because I wanted to work with them as they are new and I was curious about how they would apply. So far, I'm satisfied. Let's see what happens next. After drying, we remove the dispersion layer because I will be covering the tip with a matte top coat. Matte top coats don't like dispersion, so we remove it totally. And the first design is ready. In the second one, I'll be using a nude nail polish. I really like the bottle design, but I am used to having short brushes for nail polishes, so it was a bit inconvenient for me here. However, the color is very delicate with a hint of pink and it covered the tip in a single layer. You can see in the video how it self-levels and there are no gaps. We've dried it and now let's move on to the design. With this dark green color, we're creating strokes. There's no need to make them perfectly precise, just make strokes on both sides and then cure them under the lamp. Using black gel polish, I am drawing abstract shapes. I'm not trying to make them perfect. I just let my hand guide me. I didn't even use a brush. I drew them directly with an orange stick and cured them. I didn't remove the dispersion layer because I'll be adding gold on top. I'm using gold to cover both the strokes and the black patterns. I press it gently to ensure it sticks well. I'll be sealing this design with a glossy top coat, applying it in a smoothing layer and curing it in the lamp for 1.5 minutes. For this design, I'm using a milky base. It's a base with fine shimmer and it looks fantastic in both matte and glossy finishes. It cures in 60 seconds as usual. Again, I'm making strokes in this yellow-orange shade. Removing the dispersion layer and getting ready to paint. I'll be painting with black polish, but it would be better if I use gel paint. That way the lines would be much thinner and neater. I'm outlining the direction of the branch and adding some small branches where we'll be painting leaves. First, I'm drawing an imitation of a leaf and then I'll complete them to make the tips sharp. After drawing the branches, I'm adding a few more black dots to fill in the empty spaces and then sealing it all with a glossy top coat. Moving on to the next design, I am covering the tip with a yellow-orange color. I was amazed because it completely covered the tip in one coat and dried like standard polish in just 1 minute. It's like magic! For this design, I'll be painting a twig in a taupe color. How do I achieve it? Take a small drop of black polish, add some top coat, and it becomes semi-transparent. I'm also painting it without clear contours because I'll be outlining it with black later. I'm drying it for 1 minute and then moving on to outlining. I made a bit of a mistake. I should have used black gel paint instead of polish for cleaner lines, but what's done is done. I'm outlining our leaves, finishing the twig, and then curing it in the lamp. Next, I remove the dispersion layer because I'll be adding a bit of gold here to make it more interesting. Make sure to press it in for good adhesion. I feel like this design needs a minimalist touch, perhaps some text. Luckily, I have just the thing and I apply it with an orange stick, securing it on the tip. Finally, I top it off with a matte top coat, and I must say I really like this design under the matte finish. Moving on to the final design. The base color I'm using is CO23, which applies beautifully in one coat and dries perfectly. For this design, I'll need a brush with long bristles. Mine is double-sided and it's quite comfortable to hold. I select 3 autumnal colors from different palettes: warm, cool, and a middle shade. Then I paint random shapes. Try not to use too much color to ensure it dries properly, or you might have to redo it. The special touch for this design will be bronze gel paint, which we'll create together. On the palette, I mix bronze pigment with a drop of top coat, creating a gel paint. It's cost effective and you can do this with any color. Using the same brush, I outline the shapes we created, cure them, and finish with a glossy top coat. So, these are the autumn design options we've created. They might seem simple and minimalist, but these are the kinds of motifs that will be in trend this year. I hope you can find some beautiful designs, and I wish nail artists all the best in stocking up on autumn colors. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel since it's still very small. In the future, you can expect a lot of useful tips and information in the beauty industry. Until we meet again, beauties. Bye-bye!